This is kind of a strange and weird day for me because the very, very first day I was at BTH. When I actually came from Luleå with the plane and everything, it was a kickoff of the profile. It was 2013. So when my very first day was so it's it's kind of strange now that the profile is ended, but I'm very happy to share my some results from the track I've been leading the last 3 years, but also before in relation to value-driven design. So the whole idea with value-driven design is to be able to use models in order to measure value and customer satisfaction during design. So essentially in an early stage, when you're already still thinking about the concepts, what are different options and opportunities, we can use value as a way to measure what is going to be the success of our products, of our services, or our solutions. So just to be super clear, this is one of the 3 tracks that we're going to present in the next 30 minutes. And we have been working with projects demo across the tracks quite a lot. So some results presented here have been influenced by the result from the sustainable product development track and simulation-driven design. So the demos are very much across the different fields. But if I just focus on value-driven design, we started from essentially 3 pillars. So we started from a definition of value-driven design that came basically from military campaigns. They used quite a lot in the 90s and the 20s, this idea of optimizing the value of weapons. And we use this cost per kill parameter to measure how good are weapons, weaponry system. So this is probably not a great place to start if you're working with sustainable product development in general. But anyway, quite a lot of the knowledge here, it was used and translated into what is value-driven design today. We took a lot of inspiration from design thinking methodology. How do we actually use value to find the most valuable design? And how also many of us came from a project we had between 2008 and 2012, where we were looking at how to use value to optimize these aerospace systems. How do we create exceptional values for airlines in this case? So value-driven design was defined as a set in this profile as a set of 7 different research questions. We've been looking at many different things. We've been looking at how to create models to measure value. We've been looking at how to create processes to design not only products, but also combinations of products and services. PSS, as probably most of you know about by now. We have been looking at how to support innovation efforts. We have been looking at how to balance cost and value when you have to take decisions. We have been looking at how to foster radical innovation, how to visualize value, and the decision arena is a great example for it. And lately, how to derive value and measure value in data streams. So the results have been demoed along all the questions, and some of them have also been, as I wrote here, productified. So we basically are kind of a product packaged in a way that can be used basically today, this afternoon, by companies in order to be able to, independently try to apply value-driven design processes and activities. How do we do research? We've been working across cases. Here I listed some of the companies, at least we have been working mostly with value-driven design, but they are not all of them. But we got a lot of inspirations from the road compaction equipment industry, construction equipment, aerospace, packaging. And the working mode has been quite scientific in the way the design process, research process in design can be. We use this design research methodology, which is about 4 different stages. You try to understand what's the problem. You do a lot of field work, gathering the data. You come up with some kind of demo based on the data that you analyzed, and you try to verify things with companies. So we work with this kind of an approach with value-driven design basically all the time. And we've grown and we learned quite a lot across the cases in order to produce essentially quite a few things. We have different value assessment tools and workshops that can be readily used if you like in order to, in initial very early design stage, figure out the value of your solution concepts. We have methods and tools to sustain innovation teams in getting even more innovative and create better. We went into the domain of serious game, and this is something that we did lately with some of my colleagues like Julia. And we've been working, how do we bring value and also sustainability in a way in a practical form on the table of engineers, so they can understand the concepts in a little bit better way. And we also have worked quite a lot on simulation routines to understand value. So if you want to know more about these findings, I cannot tell you everything right now, but we have done a few things that you might have a look at. We have produced a small workbook. And the workbook is in fact a physical workbook now, which we printed yesterday. I don't have copies for everybody, also because probably it's not very sustainable. But there's about 60 pages of all the methods and tools for value-driven design. It's quite easy read, easy reading, and you can have a look at least if there is something between these items that is interesting for you. If you want to know more about what is value-driven design, more than what I can possibly tell, we made videos. You find them on YouTube. Just ask me for a link. And also, we have disseminated this knowledge quite a lot through PhD and executive courses. We have had quite a successful course in product service system design in the last 2.5 years with 30 plus students in 2 editions. And yeah, that went pretty well. And we have been networking quite a lot. We created a special interest group in the Design Society, and we joined other groups outside that particular society. So what is the highlight of the highlights for this track? So I was looking yesterday, basically, at our statistics in Scopus. So if you look at the statistics all time in terms of resource production in value-driven design, we are the second best producer all time and the best producer of papers on value-driven design in Scopus with a tie with Iowa State University since 2014, since the profile started. And if you look at product service systems in the last 2 years, from 2021 and 2022, we're also kind of topping the standings when it comes to resource production. I have also to explain a little bit that Scopus is essentially a database of high-ranked publications. Not all publications end up in Scopus. So we are kind of pleased to be featured at least almost on the top on all these standings. So if you want to know more about the workbook and the video, and you want to have a look at the video about value-driven design from A to Z, you can take your phone and take a picture. And I keep things short because we have a tight schedule. But all the information that you want, I will be happy to share and available online if you like.